other companies, companies doing 500,000, 500 million, 800 million dollars in sales. So I've associated myself with some very talented people who have a lot of experience in this business. Obviously, when we started True Nordic, we thought we had thought of everything. And I must say that early on when I started the company, I actually did make a business plan, but it wasn't as sophisticated as this one. This one really goes into everything about the company, everything about products, everything about culture, everything about compensation, everything about competition, budgets, liquidity, who's gonna do what on the corporate side, etc., etc. So it's I'm just gonna go through it. You maybe you can't see it anyway, but it's there's a table of content, and then basically it's just 22 pages with a lot of numbers and a lot of I'm just gonna see if I can enlarge it. 1 second. There we go. What's our objectives? What is it we want? Keys to success. Description of the business, products and service, suppliers and manufacturers, future products. Me, the founder. So you see, we've actually put a lot of work into this. This is, this is just basically a description of the whole thing, but obviously behind this there's a lot of budget material, a lot of boring budget material. You to see this because the purpose of tonight's call is actually not to give you a clear. 1 second. I'm just going to upload something different. Okay, but tonight I maybe a lot of you are hoping that I'm going to disclose how the new True Nordic is going to look. We're not quite there yet, but it's looking very positive. Now, the purpose for this call is that I wanted you to know that we're still here. I know that we've been a little bit silent. We've been very busy with this, but I also understand that there's a lot of rumors out there. Every day there's people writing, are you going to change this into are you going to go into the retail again, into the pharmacies? Are you going to change it into only online sales? There's a lot of things going on. Now, obviously our intention is that we have some people who have been with us for a long time. I know that a lot of people, or some people, have moved on to other companies, and I respect that. I hope that you're doing very well in that. I know that I've seen some who have moved on and have had some success, but as I said, I respect it. I can't demand that people are going to wait forever and ever. But I do appreciate that we're doing this call, and we're 24 people on it. So there's obviously a lot of people who, like me, have a big passion for True Nordic. True Nordic is my baby, and for many of you, it's also your baby. And it's been quite a ride. Today or the other day, I ran commission, and I saw that it was commission number. And I saw it was commission run number 54. So we've run 54 commissions, and we know that 99.9% of all companies, they don't even manage to run that many commissions. So we've come a long way, but as I said on the last call, and as everyone knows, we need to do some changes. So the purpose of this call is not to disclose as of yet what the new True Nordic is going to look like. Now, I must say, the truth is always good enough. When we launch the new True Nordic, it will not be before January 2017. And I'm gonna talk about some of the thoughts and the plans we've put into this, because we do not want to rush things. And that is why we postponed it until January 2017. As you know, we made this business plan, and here are some of the things we're working on right now. Actually, on Wednesday, we're meeting new investor. That is actually the second meeting, so that's a good thing. We're meeting another one next week. We have sourced a new back office. I know that a lot of you have mentioned a couple of times that you're not completely satisfied with the back office. So we're looking into to actually changing the software. I think that the back office we have now, it's running commissions, it's doing stuff. But when we look at social media integration, how people they go to the website and shop, it seems a little bit old school. And also, I noticed that a wish that I have is that I want, yes, I want a European supplier of software. Not that there's something wrong with US-based companies, but the time difference and the distance in general is just a little bit of a headache. So it's much easier to work with European companies. Now, I can tell you that I have had, how many? I probably had 8 online presentations, 8 different software companies, all out of Europe. And we narrowed it down to one company. The back office they have is brand new. It's just been programmed. They finished the last programming in 2015. So it's totally up to date. It's very, very user friendly. It's very, very easy to set up. And basically when people they want to go buy products, it looks like any ordinary shop. So when you have your own website, people they go and buy it. They click on the product, they add to basket, and they make a checkout, and it's all seamless. It's just like going to any ordinary shop and buy products. Then we have we've been talking to these doctors in the US. We have two patented products sourced. Actually, it's going to be in total. It's probably going to be 4 products. And then obviously we're going to keep the chocolate. We're going to come out with a new chocolate. We're going to keep the oil. But then we have 4 other products. And one thing I noticed about products is that in this industry, you need to have this wow factor. You need to have something that really, really excites people. And the agreement we've made with this company is that, first of all, they're going to give us these products. We have sourced the manufacturer in Europe. We are actually moving from the manufacturer we've used in Norway, and you all know why. And then what they're going to do is they're going to supply the product to us, and then they're going to do the videos, the lectures, the seminars, and everything. So we're going to have a scientific advisory board that's going to consist of 2 doctors, which is very exciting. So I can't disclose these products right now, but the thing is that because of my background, I actually thought that I knew everything. I thought I knew all the ingredients and everything, but I'm telling you, these products, I've never seen anything like it. I can say it has something to do with cardiovascular system. Not only is one of the products able to increase blood flow, but it's also able to help your body produce new blood vessels. So it's an ingredient that has been approved in Europe, and it's just, in my view, a scientific breakthrough. And there's a lot of clinical trials behind the product, and it's going to come in 4 different forms. I mean, not all 4 products are going to be different, are going to be the same. Some of them are going to be in a powder form, so you can drink it. Some of them are going to be in capsules, etc. Then we have the new compensation plan. Now, I know that Elson and Marcus and those people, they put a lot of work into the new compensation plan. Now, one thing I've learned about compensation plan is that when you make a compensation plan, it's not straightforward, because it's obviously it matters how you pay people, how much you pay out, etc. But when you design a compensation plan, what you have to do is you have to look at the culture you want in the company. Is it going to be a product-driven company? Is it going to be a customer-driven company? Do you want to reward the people at the bottom? Do you want to reward the people at the top? So what we've done now that we've sourced the right company, we've had a lot of meetings, and we've actually taken in a guy who has 23 years experience in designing compensation plans. And he's read through the whole business plan. He's talked to us about exactly what kind of behavior we want in the company, and he's going to put together a brand new compensation plan that will provoke people to do the things we want to do. Now, obviously, we will be going from binary into unilevel. I think that unilevel is by far the most fair plan. I can tell you that everyone on this call, you might be wondering now, well, how are you going to do this? Because there's already a structure in the company. Now, you know me, I respect the line of sponsorship. If I take everything we have now and we put it into this new compensation plan in the same order, I guarantee you that all of you will be making a lot more money than you're doing today. One of the things I don't like about the binaries is that sometimes you can actually end up paying the wrong people. You can pay people who have been just lucky, and then you have a lot of people who are working very hard and they're not getting paid. So it's not exactly the most fair compensation plan. Then we have a marketing agency has also been sourced. Again, I have spoken to 7 different companies. As you know, we use this company out of Romania. Or what was the name of the company? Very Creative. And that was also very tricky because there was a lot of language barriers, etc. Now, the company we've found now have 15 years experience in the direct selling network marketing industry. So we're not just picking any company that hasn't worked with this industry before. We're picking a company that has launched many companies before us. Probably they've been involved with some nearly 20 different companies. So they know how to create the wow effect. They know how to build the websites. They know how to brand the products. They know how to create the videos. And we're just going to outsource everything to them. Now, I can tell you that we have put in actually more than 40,000 euros alone for marketing agency, just getting the branding profile correctly. So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to do it right. We're not going to do it like we did the last time, where we constantly we kept changing. Then obviously we've sourced the corporate people. There will be me on products, me on as a, I would probably go in as a master distributor. I think it's a brilliant idea because I need to be out there with you and I need to feel everything that you feel. I know that a company like Cincino, a company like a lot of companies out there, they all have the founder working in the field, and I think it's something I've given a lot of thought, and I think it's a brilliant thing. Now, I don't think I will actually go out and actively sponsor people because that could be a conflict of interest, but I will be working as in the field, even though some of my sponsorships will go to other people who perform very well in the company. So I will be working the field. Now, so it's going to be one guy working the field. Then we have a CEO. Then we have a brand manager. Then we're going to have someone who is in charge of customer service. Now that is again someone who has built. She's actually been involved with the company from when it started and all the way up to 200 million in sales. So she knows how to both be with a startup company and also how to build the whole structure around the customer service, etc. So a lot of things looking very exciting. We have as I said, we have the meeting with the investor, and this is the second meeting, and I think everything is looking very positive. Now, I do actually apologize that we haven't been able to move a lot quicker than we have. It took us some time to write the business plan. It's also taken us some time to source the right investors because, just getting an investor on board who doesn't understand the business is not the right thing to do. We need to have someone who understands the business. Because in many ways, this business is totally different from a lot of other stuff because you cannot run a network marketing company like a sales business. That simply won't work. You cannot run it like a sales business. The only thing that works in this business is motivation. As soon as you start pushing people, demanding people to perform, you're going to fail. And that is how this business is very, very different from any traditional sales business. Now, you could go and Google this N-Terminus, which is the company we're working with in the US. It is a biotech company. Now, as you know, there's a lot of US companies who have launched in Europe, and some of the problems many of these companies have is that because they are dealing with molecules, they're dealing with very, very specialized ingredients, they often run into problems in Europe, because in Europe we have the novel food regulations, we have very strict rules on herbs, on different ingredients, and as soon as you start concentrating stuff, as soon as you start working with molecules, then it becomes a problem. Now I can tell you that the reason why I picked this company is that they have worked in Scandinavia for a lot of time, and all the ingredients they have spent years and years and years in research, and they've spent a lot of money to get them approved in Europe. So actually for the first time we can now take a innovative biomolecule and sell it in a product, and it's going to be compliant in all of EU, even Norway and Denmark. So that's pretty exciting. As you know, some of the companies that have done fairly good over the last 6 months in Europe, they are starting to get into troubles now. Most of these companies, they run into problems with novel food, and as you know, we need to have a product that is approved in Europe, otherwise we can't sell it. Then, actually, one of the products that is not selling quite as well, it's because when we launched the Alpha, something terrible happened. We had this major delay, and I know that some of you have experienced some problems with the caps being broken and other stuff, and we've basically been screwed by our manufacturer. I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with the product. It's a brilliant product, but because of the delay, it kind of destroyed everything, because the product was supposed to be launched in week number 49, and we didn't receive the product until week number 4 or something. So that created a lot of hassle. Now, if I could go back in time, we should have never launched this product as quickly as we did. One of the reasons why we launched it was because we had some leaders who came in who desperately wanted this product, and that's why we pushed it very quickly, but we shouldn't have done that. Now, the funny thing is that we are receiving a lot of feedback from people who are consuming this product. And I personally believe that this K2 is probably going to be just as big as omega. It's going to be just as big as as vitamin C. It's going to be just as big as calcium, magnesium, etc. Because if you look at some of the food we're consuming, it's very, very difficult to get enough of vitamin K2. Now, I remember that I told you the story about the refrigerator being implemented in the 1950s. And imagine how that technical advance actually has caused a lot of problems for us, because we're not eating fermented food anymore. Fermented food is something we ate prior to the 50s, because we didn't have the refrigerator. So food would ferment. I mean, everything, like anything from fruit to meat to everything, we would eat a lot of fermented food. And since we're not eating that anymore, we don't have the K2, which is why we're seeing all these osteoporosis is on the rise, broken bones, bad teeth, etc. Now, if you haven't tried this product yourself, you should try it. Now, I need to advise you on K2. K2 is not something you eat and then like a week later you feel it. It's a product you need to consume consistently for at least 2 months before you feel any effect. And every week we're getting emails from people who've had joint problems. We actually, so I can send that out. I can put that out in the Facebook group. There was someone who had this bone mass scan, and they've scanned her bones for consistently every month since she started to take the Alpha. It's really, really interesting to see. Okay, it's really interesting to see how the bone density increases as soon as they start consuming the Alpha. So it's just an amazing product, and we should be selling a lot more of this product. Now, as I said on the last call, we need your help. What I find actually very interesting is that our sales is very stable. It's gone down a little bit, and that's partly because some people have moved to other businesses. But if you look at the auto ship and the auto ship retention, it's actually very stable. So for us to manage until January, it takes such little effort from everyone. Like if everyone would just find one customer or two customers every month, the company would be producing black numbers. We have cut our costs dramatically. We don't have any cost in the company anymore. So we're just going to keep it going until we can launch True Nordic version 2.0 in January 2017. So for us, it makes a huge difference if we just have each partner enrolls maybe one customer, two customers every month. I don't expect you to go out and enroll a lot of new partners. I don't expect you, but I mean, keep the ball rolling by putting in some customers, doing some of the basics, and that actually makes a huge difference for us. So just to speed up a little bit, I decided I'm gonna do the challenge. We're gonna focus on the challenge. So what we've done is, if you challenge 5 customers, we're gonna give you a free Cocora. And for those who do that, as I said before, it actually makes a huge difference if we can just 3. What does that mean? If you challenge 3 customers, sorry, if you challenge 3 customers on the Omega Challenge Kit and they need to be on AutoShip, we reward you with a free Cocora. I think that's a pretty good deal. And actually challenging people is probably the easiest product we have to sell to people, because a lot of people don't know their omega-3 index, and you should help them to find out. So let me just clarify. You challenge 3 people and you get a free box of Cocora, and obviously the people you challenge, they need to be on AutoShip. Okay, is that clear? I'm going to send it out on the group and also on an email later, so that you can see exactly what I mean by this. So again, coming back to this, as I said, a lot of you are doing other stuff. Some of you are not. You have all been very loyal, and I will never forget that. If you remember when we did the event in Gothenburg, I mentioned something about being the last man standing. I'm still here. I'm going to be here forever, even if I'm the last man standing. But rest assured, what we've done is we have cut the expenses in the company. So the company is doing fine. If we can keep the sales we have now, the company is doing fine. We are working day and night to launch version 2.0. It's going to be in January 2017. And the reason for that is I do not want to rush things. Based on the stuff I've learned over the last 4 years, it is wrong to rush things. You need to plan ahead, and this time we need to do it right. There's a lot of work that needs to go into this. All the design, new compensation plan, new products, new manufacturer, new back office, everything. Now, I can tell you, if you look at a company like Cincino, they have done very well. Many years ago, they actually more or less came to where we are today. I know that some of the distributors put in money to keep the company going, and then they launched the product on the company on First North, and they did some changes, and look what happened to the company. It is the most successful Scandinavian company that has ever been around, and they're doing tremendous sales, and they have thousands and thousands and thousands of people on AutoShip. But as I said, they once were where we are today, so we just need to hang in there. We need to do the basics. We need to do the changes, and once we've done the changes, we've put in the right corporate people, we've have the right design, right products, right everything. Imagine what we can do. Imagine what we did with so little. the website wasn't perfect, the back office wasn't perfect, the material wasn't perfect, the product wasn't perfect. There was a lot of things that wasn't perfect, but even so, we actually 1 month almost hit 50,000 CV. We had a more than a 300% growth last year, and then sadly a lot of things happened that made the whole thing, more or less collapse. So, any questions? Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't understand, Marianne and Jørgen are writing that I should keep up the good work. How is everyone feeling? Good? It's been such a long time since I've spent time with you. The last time I was with someone was actually in Malaysia. So that's obviously something I'm looking forward to, is meeting up again and having fun. All the fun we had in Spain and all those markets. We need to get back on track and then have some fun. Now I have to go and do the I have to go and do the Danish one now. So it's gonna be I'm taping it. It's gonna be a fairly short one, the Danish one, because my voice is a little bit so it's okay that all the English ones, or the ones who heard this, you can log off, and then I'm gonna switch to Danish. I mean, Inge, when we do the version 2.0, everything is gonna be perfect. Obviously with labels in different languages. Okay. Så gør vi det lige på dansk her. Jeg vil godt lige mane til besindelse derude, fordi jeg ved, der har været sådan en masse sådan lidt spekulationer i forhold til, at hvad er det, der sker, og skal det være ren nethandel og alle mulige andre ting. Og jeg kan se, Marianne er på her, Petersen, og der er nok også nogle nye folk, og så er der selvfølgelig en masse gamle, men det som jeg lige skal sige, det er, at til de nye, så som lige er kommet ind, og som måske ikke har haft helt den samme rejse som mange af os, så har det været sådan, at der er nogle af vores distributører, som har bedt os om at ændre nogle ting. Det der med at bare have gode produkter, det har vist sig ikke at være helt nok. Så vi har simpelthen fået et vink med en vognstang, eller man kan sige, at folk har egentlig lavet sådan et ultimatum, hvor de har sagt, jamen vi vil gerne True Nordic, vi tror på dig, Anders, vi tror på produkterne, vi tror på firmaet, men vi vil gerne have, at I ændrer nogle ting, som vil gøre det lettere for os at få succes med forretningen. For det er sådan her, når man arbejder med sådan en forretning her, hvis der er nogle bump på vejen, og det kan være små ting, det kan være et eller andet lille ting med backoffice, eller det kan være en vare, der bliver forsinket, eller det kan være de mindste ting. Hver gang der er en lille bitte ting, så skaber det en lille smule fortvivlelse, det skaber en lille bitte smule sådan, mistro, og det gør, at folk de meget let mister troen på, at det her det bliver en kæmpe succes. Og det eneste, der får folk til at bygge i den her type forretning, det er, hvis de har blind tro på, at det firma, de arbejder med, det bliver en kæmpe succes. Så derfor så har vi sagt, jamen okay, enten så kører vi videre, som vi altid har gjort, eller så går vi ind og laver de ændringer, der skal til. Og de ændringer, der skal til, er jo ret omfattende, fordi når nu vi er i gang, så i stedet for, og som vi har gjort tidligere, så drejer vi lidt på den knap her, drejer lidt på den knap her, drejer lidt på den her knap her. Så har vi besluttet os for, nu gør vi det rigtigt. Altså nu gør vi det fuldstændig perfekt. Og til dem, der ikke var med sidste gang, jeg har lavet den her lange businessplan, den viste jeg godt nok på et engelsk her, men det er egentlig bare et 23 siders dokument, som forklarer alt omkring firmaet og kultur og budget, selvfølgelig en masse budgetmateriale og marked og konkurrenter og alle mulige andre ting. Og vi har puttet rigtig mange kræfter ind i det. Jeg har fået hjælp fra nogle folk, som pt. Er direktører i andre network marketing selskaber, men som selvfølgelig har tilkendegivet, at når vi kommer med det her, så er det hos os, eller sammen med os, de gerne vil arbejde. Fordi de er så død trætte af amerikanske firmaer. Så vi ved, der er et marked, og vi ved, der er mange, som rigtig gerne vil arbejde med et firma som True Nordic. Så der, hvor vi er lige nu her status, det er, vi har møde med en ny investor i denne uge, det er andet møde. Så har vi møde med en investor i næste uge. Så har vi fundet backoffice. Og det er jo sådan her, at backoffice er jo en masse data, der ligger, så det er egentlig rimelig smertefrit at få det fra det ene sted til det andet. Som jeg sagde på det enkelte kald, vores backoffice, det virker jo fint. Det er jo ikke noget med, at vi ikke kan betale bonus, og man ikke kan ordre, og man ikke kan, men det har nogle begrænsninger i forhold til integration med sociale medier for eksempel. Det har nogle begrænsninger i forhold til den oplevelse, folk får, når de skal handle. Det der med, at man går ind, og så er der en der buy now, og så kommer du et sted hen, og så skal du indtaste et nummer, og så først derefter kommer du ind og ser nogle produkter. Det skal gøres meget mere gnidningsfrit. Det skal simpelthen, hjemmesiden skal ligne en ganske traditionel online shop. Det vil sige, at du går ind, og så trykker du læg i kurv og tjek ud, og bum, så har du købt en vare. Så der er nogle ting, som er lidt old school i vores system. Og så har jeg haft længe, det har jeg faktisk haft i 4 år, jeg vil gerne have en europæisk leverandør. Fordi det, der er fordelen ved europæisk leverandør, det er, det er den samme tidszone, plus at man kan lige hoppe på en flyver, og så kan man flyve ned. Fordi mange gange, når man arbejder med software, så har man behov for, at man ligesom sidder face to face, og tegner og beskriver ting. Så har vi sourcet 2 patenterede produkter i samarbejde med 3 amerikanske læger. 2 læger og 1 advokat. Det er en familie. Og jamen, altså, jeg troede jo, jeg vidste alt omkring produkter, men der er åbenbart noget, som jeg ikke har vidst. Og ja, produkterne har noget med kredsløb at gøre, og det er også noget med nitrogenoxid. Faktisk har jeg lært nu her, at der er forskel på at lave et produkt for hjertet og lave et produkt for kredsløbet. Det er 2 vidt forskellige. Han plejer at sige, han siger det sådan her, at hjertet er pumpen, og blodåren, det er så de rør, som man kan sige pumpen, pumper blod ud igennem. Og der er altså forskel på, hvordan sådan nogle produkter, de skal være. Så et går på hjerte, et andet går på det, han kalder plumbing. Hvad fanden er det danske ord for plumbing? Pump and plumbing. Altså på engelsk er det jo rørene, men altså det er, altså der er forskel på, ja, rørføring, ja, rørføring, der var den, ja. Det ene det er pumpen, og det andet det er rørføring. Og jeg har set nogle videoer og set nogle præsentationer af det her. Altså en ting er, at når man hjælper kroppen med at producere nitrogenoxid, så er det blodkar udvidende. Det vil sige, så kan man få mere blod igennem blodårene. Men der er stadigvæk den begrænsning, at tilsyneladende mister vi hver evig eneste dag en masse blodårer. Det vil sige, at for at komme helt ud til musklerne, til hjernen eller alle mulige andre ting her, så har vi behov for hele tiden at producere nye blodårer. Så de har lavet et produkt, som er en blodkarudvidelse, men som også hjælper kroppen med at producere nye blodårer. Og det har de så testet af, selvfølgelig på en masse mennesker. Og med nogle ret vilde resultater, vil jeg sige. Og det er altså et produkt, som I ved godt, for eksempel, der er et produkt, der hedder Arki Plus derude, der er ProArki. Det her, det kommer altså til at smadre det hele på effekt og dokumentation. Og pris, vel at mærke. Så det er rigtig spændende. Så i forhold til bonusplan. I ved jo godt, at når man ændrer noget på noget bonusplan, så skal man altid sørge for, at det bliver bedre. Jeg har været i selskaber, hvor de lige pludselig gik ind og beskar en masse ting. Ja, det lyder mærkeligt, men det er faktisk fordi, jeg vil gerne have, at vi udbetaler mere. Og det er jo rart for jer, at det går den vej. Og en af de ting, som jeg gerne vil, når vi nu sidder nogen her, som måske er flere af jer, der forstår de her binære planer. En binær plan kan være rigtig effektiv, fordi at den kan give en masse begejstring og alle mulige andre ting. Men en af de svage sider, den kan have, det er, at I ved, at man skal prøve at balancere sine ben. Og det vil sige, at man kan opleve, at der er en, der kommer ind, og som så får en person ind, som gør det rigtig, rigtig godt. Men man er uheldig, at man får skabt ubalance i sin forretning. Og der kan man altså risikere i de her planer her, at man ikke rigtig tjener noget. Så efter mange år, hvor vi har analyseret, hvordan er det pengene bliver udbetalt, hvem er det, der tjener hvad, så vil vi egentlig bare gerne lave den mere aggressiv og mere fair. Men det at lave en ny bonusplan, det er lidt mere end det, som de 2 svenskere gjorde med, at så laver vi lige det og det og det. Fordi hvis du vil lave en bonusplan, så skal du sørge for, at den understøtter den kultur, du gerne vil have i selskabet. Og den kultur, vi gerne vil have i selskabet, det er, at vi vil gerne have, at vi har mange kunder, og vi vil gerne have, at det er muligt at komme ind. Nu for eksempel sådan en som Birgit, der har på, der er flere Birgit, de har jo sindssygt mange kunder. Og jeg kunne godt tænke mig, at dem, som har mange kunder, også havde mulighed for at tjene mere, end de gør i dag, og faktisk også havde mulighed for at avancere mere i forretningen. Fordi vi skal altså bare huske på, at dem, som får, ja, nu skal jeg passe på ikke at glemme at nævne dig, Henning, fordi du er også en af de helt store kunder. Dem, som får mange kunder, vi må altså bare ikke glemme, at det er dem, der er med til at skabe stabilitet i forretningen. Så det skal vi have gjort noget ved, således at det er muligt for dem, der er rigtig gode til at finde kunder, at avancere i systemet og tjene en god indkomst. Det har helt klart været et ønske for mig, og det synes jeg ikke, vi har været gode nok til. Så dem, som lytter med nu, som er gode til at få kunder, jamen, I skal bare hænge i, fordi for jer bliver det meget sjovere i fremtiden. Så har vi fundet et reklamebureau, som har mange års erfaring inden for direkte salg. Jeg tror, en af de fejl, vi lavede også tidligere, det var, at vi er gået til normale bureauer, men ja, altså den måde, som man skal markedsføre sig på inden for den her branche, den er altså bare anderledes, end hvad jeg har set tidligere. Og derfor så har vi fundet et andet selskab, som har mange års erfaring. Og så har vi så fundet de rigtige mennesker på de rigtige poster. Hvis vi nu kigger på, hvordan vi har kørt True Nordic igennem de sidste mange år, så hele den her filosofi om, at det her, det var noget, jeg lige skulle bygge op deltid, mens jeg passede et opholdssted, hvor vi snart er 48 medarbejdere. Det er nok en anelse optimistisk. Jeg vil næsten sige, at det har været ved at tage livet af mig i perioder. Så det er klart, at når vi skal gøre det her, så skal vi gøre det all in, og det er selvfølgelig også inklusive mig. Og jeg ved ikke, om I kan forestille jer, hvad vi kan udrette, hvis jeg egentlig bare kan ligge og tøffe rundt i min bil, og bare holde træning og motivere og alle mulige andre ting. Det er væsentligt mere, end hvad vi har gjort, selvom vi jo egentlig har udrettet ret meget. Så vi har fundet nogle rigtig spændende mennesker på de rigtige poster, således at noget af det, som jeg har været, eller som jeg synes har været træls for mig, det er, at jeg har jo siddet og med egenkontrol og sporbarhed og risikoanalyse og alt det der gøjl der, som jeg har brugt så meget tid på. Jeg har været inde over customers, jeg har været inde over, jeg har stået for alle sourcing af alle vores leverandører, alle indkøb, alle bla 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 bla. Så jeg har simpelthen brugt alt for mange ressourcer på ting, som egentlig ikke rigtig har flyttet vores forretning. Så det skal vi have nogle andre mennesker til at gøre, således at jeg kan gøre det, jeg er bedst til, og det er at snakke med jer og motivere jer og få nye mennesker ind i forretningen. Så det hedder N-Terminus. I kan prøve at søge på dem. I kan ikke finde noget om de her produkter, vi har fundet nu her. Det er så nyt. Men det kunne godt være, det var sjovt for jer at lige prøve at læse lidt omkring det her firma her. Jeg synes, det er interessant, fordi at vi arbejder med bioaktive molekyler, og det er typisk noget, som har en meget kort levetid i Europa, fordi vi har nogle bøvlede regler. Men her er altså et firma, som har brugt rigtig mange penge på at få ingredienserne godkendt af det, der hedder EFSA, som er European Food Safety Association. Så det bliver spændende at komme med nogle meget innovative, aktive molekyler, som vi rent faktisk må sælge i EU. Det vil jeg næsten våge at påstå, at vi bliver det første selskab, som kommer med sådan noget. Så et af vores produkter, som vi egentlig godt kunne tænke os at sælge lidt mere af, og jamen, som jeg sagde på det engelske, det der gik galt, dengang vi lancerede Alpha, det var jo, at det skulle gå stærkt, for der var nogen, der var helt desperat efter at få det, og så vores leverandører deroppe, de havde egentlig sagt, at det her med de her shots, det kunne de sagtens lave, og det var ikke noget problem, men det viste sig så bare at tage 7 uger mere, end de lige havde regnet med, og det var altså noget af en killer, fordi I ved, inden for den her branche, når man siger, at man lancerer noget i uge 49, så nytter det ikke noget, at det kommer 7 uger senere. Men det kan vi ikke gøre noget ved nu, men det var det, der skete. Men jeg vil anbefale folk, og for det første jeg selv bruger det, men også anbefale det til andre, fordi det her med at få K2-vitamin nok, det er altså nærmest en umulighed. Hvis man nu kigger på, vi kan jo kigge på ting som kød for eksempel, så indeholder det 4,5 mikrogram K2-vitamin per 100 gram. Og det vil sige, at hvis du skal op og have den dagsdosis, som du har i en alfa, så skal du altså spise nogle kilo kød. Så generelt, alle de madvarer, vi spiser derude, jamen de indeholder bare ikke nok. Og der er også mange, der tror, at for eksempel ting som grøntsager og sådan nogle ting her, indeholder meget K2, og det gør det ikke. Det, der indeholder meget K2, det er for eksempel sådan noget som gammel ost og generelt gæret mad. I Japan, der spiser de det her natto, som er meget rig på K2. Det smager for øvrigt ikke særlig godt. Men i den vestlige verden spiser vi det ikke ret meget, så vi får bare overhovedet ikke nok K2. Og det er ikke bare noget, jeg siger. Der er masser af undersøgelser, der viser, at op mod 80-90% af alle mennesker ikke får nok K2. Så kom i gang med at drikke det her. Så jeg sagde på det engelske kald her, det vi har behov for, det er, at vi har behov for at holde gryden i kog, imens vi laver alle de her ændringer her. Så det vi gør i denne måned, det er, at vi har sådan en ekstra incentive, eller hvad det hedder, hvor hvis man udfordrer 3 personer i den her måned, så får man en gratis æske kokoer. Og til dem, som ikke er helt stiv i, hvad betyder det at udfordre, jamen så inde i vores backoffice, der kan I se, der ligger den her Omega Challenge. Og det i Danmark tror jeg, den koster 638 kroner. For 638 kroner, så får man 2 flasker Omega, og så får man et gratis testkit. Det vil sige, at man kan altså få målt sit Omega-3 indeks gratis. Så kan man gå ud og udfordre folk 3 på det, så får man altså oven i hatten en æske kokoer, som jo koster 400 eller andet kroner. Så det er den lille incentive, vi kører her i september måned. Og så, så er vi egentlig der, hvor vi er i dag. Altså igen, som jeg sagde på det engelske kald, der er mange selskaber, som har været igennem op- og nedture. Det har vi også været. Nu gør vi det rigtigt. Nu får vi lavet de ting, som skal til, og så gør vi det rigtigt. Fordi det, som er vigtigst for mig, det er, at I får succes. Og jeg har ikke noget imod, at der er nogen, der kommer ind, og som så ikke laver noget, og så ikke får succes. Fair nok. Men jeg har rigtig svært ved at se, hvis der er nogen, der kommer ind, og de rent faktisk arbejder, og ikke får succes. Det irriterer mig. Og det er derfor, at vi skal have ændret de her ting, så vi bedre kan understøtte jer, eller støtte jer, så der er flere, der får succes i Tuneordning. Fordi det var sådan set derfor, jeg startede det. Det var fordi, at jeg havde jo oplevet i andre selskaber, og det alle som er med her, mange af jer, dem der er med her, har jo arbejdet i andre selskaber, og vi har jo set og mærket, hvordan der er nogle mennesker, som knokler, men de får aldrig succes. Og det er det, jeg vil lave om på. Og det kan vi gøre ved, at det vi kommer med her om en rumtid, at det bare sidder lige i skabet. Fordi gør vi det, og hvis vi gør det også, at vi belønner dem, som får kunderne noget bedre, så får vi bravende succes. Meget mere succes, end vi har i dag. Er der nogle spørgsmål lige på falderebet her? I skriver. Ja, Kirsten, det er så her, at vi har lavet et samarbejde med Malmø Chokoladefabrik. Jeg ved ikke, om du har hørt det, men vi har lavet et samarbejde med Malmø Chokoladefabrik. Malmø Chokoladefabrik har udviklet en chokolade til os, som er 100% mælkefri, 100% allergenfri, det vil sige ingen nødder, ingen spornødder, ingen lecithiner. Udover det, så er den fair trade certificeret, og så er den økologisk. Og så har vi, nu ved jeg, der er jo flere her på kaldet, som tidligere har solgt Sosai. Vi har sendt chokoladen over til Braunschweig, som har analyseret den for ORAC, og den er cirka 30-30% højere end konkurrenter på markedet. Så det er altså det er en meget, meget, meget speciel chokolade, og så smager den fuldstændig vidunderligt. Altså, så igen det der med mælkefedt, det er jo også noget feedback, vi har fået fra markedet, at det, folk vil gerne have det uden mælkefedt. Jeg skal så lige sige, at mælkefedt, det er faktisk bare ren smør. Og det mælkefedt, vi har, det er både laktose og mælkeprotein fri. Spørgsmål? Diabetikere, jamen altså, det kunne godt være, at Jimmy man på sigt skal lave en chokolade, som er sødet med noget andet end sukker. Det skal jeg ikke afvise. Så kom der lige en mailadresse her. Var det det? Tak fordi I lyttede med. Hvem kan, hvad var det? Jeg skal lige sige, der er en masse spørgsmål, jeg ikke har set her. Det går så stærkt. Nå, jeg vil ind og arbejde. Det skal jo passes. Jeg stopper lige optagelsen. Okay, tak for det.